do today is going to be a hollow hold on the ground. Super simple for week one. We'll do a classic Tabata, which is working 20 seconds on and 10 seconds off. To set up for a proper hollow hold, I want you to first lay down on the ground and just kind of rock your tailbone forward and back so you can really feel where you can put your lower back on the floor. Once you find that position where your lower back is closest to the ground, I want you to settle in there, maybe even tucking your tailbone a little bit tighter underneath you. And we're going to think about zipping our core up from our base up to the belly button. That's going to apply some pressure into the ground. And from here, I want you to rise those knees up, and we are holding. This is a level 1 hollow hold. So grounded, the head is down, my hands are down, and just the feet are lifted. I want you to place your palms on top of your legs and make sure that your knees aren't any closer to your midline than your belly button. So take your belly button straight up, the knees should be further away. Take a 10-second break, and we're going to repeat that up to 8 times. Now I'm going to keep you in this level 1 for at least the first 4 sets because we get a feel. Go ahead and bring those feet back up, 20 seconds. Continue breathing in through your nose and out of your mouth as you connect to that deep core. Again, zipping from your base up to your belly button, holding and applying pressure to the floor through your core. Now your feet can stay pointed or flexed. Go ahead and rest. A flexed foot is also going to help you engage some of your legs. So your legs can help hold their own weight. Get ready, rise up again, and we're holding. The hands out to the side, I want to put pressure into them. Not that we're trying to strain the neck or upper back, but just creating more sense of grounding, bracing in the core, holding, still breathing. Final 3, 2, 1. All right, take a break, feet back down. I'm going to show you one last time with my head on the ground. If you're feeling like this is still pretty easy, we can experiment with the level 2 form of that hollow hold. Bring those feet up. Now, if you're able, I want you to push those knees out further away. So we're no longer in this nice 90-degree bent leg, but you're extending, and potentially even extending one leg at a time. Flex your foot, use some of your glute and hamstring strength to hold the weight of your leg, and bring it back in for a rest. You can rest with your knees in your chest, maybe even rocking side to side. Relax the pelvic floor in between those sets. Rise back up again, knees over hips. Now we're going to extend the opposite leg. Again, making sure those knees are over top of the hips to begin. Always a starting point. You can always come back if that feels too intense. If you're still with me here with that extended leg, drive through the heel, lengthen the leg, 2, 1, and recover. Again, resting in between, happy baby. Cradle the knees, rocking side to side. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Here we go again. We're already almost through this entire set. You have 2 more to go. If you're alternating that leg press, we're back on that right side for 10 seconds. Holding. The goal is for that core to protect the lower back. So we're pulling the hip bones into the rib cage. Take a break. Short 10-second reset. You have 1 more set, and then we're done with that isolated core work. Knees up. Extending that left leg for a challenge. If you feel any clicking in the hip when you go for that leg extension, know that is totally normal. It's some hip flexor tension. Happy to answer your questions about that in the comments. Hold with me here, not holding your breath. Still breathing for 3, 2, 1, and recover. Okay, slight extended recovery time here as we set up for our sideline fly. Now you can watch the demo or just set me up right alongside you. We're going to tuck those knees forward in a comfortable sideline position. You can cradle your head in your hand, or you can lay entirely down, whichever is more comfortable for you. If you're in this more upright position, I just want to challenge you and make sure your neck is nice and long and you're really supported. Now this movement can be beneficial with weight. Today I'm just going to show you with body weight. I'm tucking my hand back and I'm actively driving my wrist behind my elbow. You can't see anything happening, but I feel a lot of energy in my mid-back just underneath my shoulder blade. I'm holding here for 20 seconds and then I'll rest. So again, it doesn't look like anything's happening. Week 1, everything is all about holds rather than movement, making sure we can engage those muscles before we use them dynamically. Again, pulling my wrist back, almost trying to drive my elbow forward. I'll reach a wall at some point where I can't pull my wrist back any further, and that is where I should feel that heat gather in that shoulder blade behind my back, almost like right behind my heart, my lungs. Take a break, 10 seconds off. These are the external rotators. These are what fall asleep at the wheel, especially when we're breastfeeding or in that forward leading world. And we need to open up the chest here by drawing that wrist back. Now, if you are looking for a challenge on the next set, I will give you a little advancement. Otherwise, there's so much strength to build in stillness right here, just turning the lights on this side. 5 seconds to hold, stay with it in 3, 2, 1, and rest. Last one on this right side. I'm going to take my palm back and then straight up, sliding my wrist up that imaginary wall. Let's begin. 20 seconds starting here. Extending the arm, keeping my chest open and not letting any heat gather in my neck. Everything is in that mid-back. We have 5 seconds left here. Slight pulses, still pushing my elbow in front of my wrist, or what I'm imagining. Last rep, and take a break. We'll roll over to the other side. Quick transition. Again, starting with that just holding pattern. Elbow tucked on the side, pull my wrist back. It is totally normal to have variations side to side. This is definitely a big mobility limited movement as well. If you have really tight chest muscles, this is going to feel significantly harder than if you are laying in like an opening chest stretch every day. Take a break, 10 seconds off, relax the neck and shoulders. Notice if you're supporting your head here in that sideline position, or if you might feel more comfortable putting your head down. Pull that wrist up. Think about pushing your elbow forward, wrist back. The elbow stays glued into your side. Breathing, never holding the breath. Notice your core. We can have a little slight tilt in the hips here. 3, 2, 1, and break. We have 2 more sets on this side. Make those little adjustments, make sure you're comfortable. Pulling back up, 20-second pulse. Hold. What we're doing here is working the muscles in our back to help keep us upright. This is a great exercise for posture. If we can tap into what I like to call my angel wings behind my back, I feel so much better. I breathe better. I sit up better. I don't have neck pain. So many benefits right here. All right, last 10 seconds off. If you're with me for that level 2, we're going to take our arm up and then extend along the imaginary wall behind us. Let's begin. 20 seconds. Lift and reach with the elbow, keeping a slight external rotation in that palm, meaning if I was to look at my palm, my thumb is pointing back behind me as I extend, pushing pressure on that elbow forward, lifting with my back. Last rep. Exhale, and take a break. Okay, that's it for shoulders. Last but not least is our core work. Give yourself a pat on the back. You've already been doing 8 minutes of work. Look at you go. Go ahead and lie flat on your spine again. And this is another moment to check in with our spine. I want you to think arching that tailbone, curling the tailbone. Find neutral. From neutral, we're going to drive through our heels and pick our bottom up and hold. Everything in week 1 is a hold to begin. This is the best way to just rebuild those neuromuscular pathways and keep the lights on. We're trying to keep light and heat here. For the last 5 seconds, I like to take my hands to my bottom and push my hips up. Can they go higher? Bring it back down. All right, 10 seconds to reset. Adjust those feet. If you felt a little tight in the knees, maybe they need to go further away. If you feel a lot more hamstrings, maybe they need to come a little closer. Bring those heels into the ground, hips back up. Notice the weight on your neck and shoulders. If you need to, we might need to shrug those shoulders down to lengthen the neck. Bring energy into the outside of your feet and the big toe. Now lift a little bit higher. Squeeze that bottom and take a break. That's 2 of 8. Rocking those hips side to side can be a nice way to get some extra mobility in between those sets. We're gonna go right back up for 20 seconds here. Breathing in through your nose. Exhale out of your mouth as you lift a little bit higher, holding strong. Notice if your knees want to fall outward, keeping them on railroad tracks for today. There are a lot of variations in glute bridges. Today I just want to focus on the classics. Bring those hips back down. We have 5 more sets here. On this next one, I want you to notice the work of the core in the glute bridge. We shouldn't just be hanging out, right? Or here, gravity's working somewhat in our favor when it comes to the core, but I want you to have a little light energy here from the base up to your belly button and driving your hands up. Push those hips a little bit higher. You should feel a stretch through those quads. Slowly control your core as you lower back down. Just 5 seconds. I held you there a little bit longer. We're going to drive back up, this time body roll. The tailbone lifts first, then the mid back, then we rise up to the shoulders. When we journey back down, we'll do the same. Thinking tucking my hips to my rib cage, all body roll down. 5 seconds to hold, hips up. 3, 2, 1, body roll down. Mid back, slow, tailbone drops last. Take a break, fully relax the pelvic floor and the glutes. Deep breath in. Exhale, drive back up. We are almost there. You have 2 more sets left. We should be feeling a bit warm here, I would hope. If this is easy for you, I invite you to jump to level 2 in your next session. Again, I think that there is so much benefit in strength to build in stillness right here, just turning it all on. Last break. Slowly lower the core, 1 vertebrae at a time. Fully relax. Maybe those windshield wipers. Last set, drive through the heels, pick it back up. Breathing, notice the shoulders. Notice the core, tuck the tailbone, push those hips up. Find the floor, find your big toe outside of your foot, head to toe scanning. Take a deep breath in. Energy flows, and let it go. Slowly lower your vertebrae down 1 at a time. I miscalculated. We've got 1 more. If you were counting with me, we're doing these for 8 sets. This is your final and last one. Drive through your feet. No shortcuts here. Breathe. Hands to your bottom. Pick those hips up. Feel that length opening in the front side, opening of the chest, of the heart. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Very nice. Let's roll over onto your side and pick yourself right back up to enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for taking that time. Timer's up. Oh. Thank you for taking the time to complete this Core Essentials Guide, week 1. I hope to see you back next week for another 10 to 15 minute break for movement. I hope you know today that we talked to the shoulders, those rotator muscles back here, our deep transverse abdominal core, and of course, those lovely glutes that keep us stable. Give yourself grace today and every day. You're doing the best you can.